Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhiraye. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagvat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajnabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajnetraya Namaste Pankajangriye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Desh Tarine. Hare Krishna. So, this prayers, Canto 3, chapter 31, verse number 1, we all will chant together. Krishna is talking to the devotee because in this chapter, Lord Kapila, talking to his mother, Devhuti. So first time, sometimes we think that mothers can only teach children. But this is a case where children is teaching to the mother. So sometimes if the path is good, mother can also learn from the children. Father can learn from the children. Husband can learn from wife and wife can learn from husband. But the path should be good. So Lord Kapila, son of Karda Muni and Devhuti. Devhuti is the first daughter of Manu, from which the Manavas, the Manus, this all Manushya Jati came on. So the first Manu have 5 children. One was Devhuti, Akuti, Prasuti, Uttanpad, and Priyavrata. Akuti married to Rishi Ruchi. Then comes Prasuti, married to Daksha Prajapati, and they begot a children called Sati Mata, later on married to Lord Shiva. And Devhuti married to the Rishi Karda Muni. And Uttanpad is a family of Dhruva Maharaj, which we are going to discuss tomorrow. And the 5th one is Priyavrat, who created the complete continents, these 7 continents, and the entire world created by the king Priyavat's 10 sons. 3 became the brahmacharis, and the rest 7 created the 7 continents by the chariot wheels. They distributed peripheries. This is Australia, this is Antarctica, this is Europe, this is Asia. It's all done by Priyavrat Maharaj in Canto 5, Chapter 1. It's described. So here Devhuti and Kardamuni married, and now Kardamuni said that I will leave for my austerities in the jungle, in the forest, once I give you one child. So in the race of getting child, they got 9 daughters. And every time she said, when you give me one son, then you're allowed to go to the forest for your meditation or japa or your austerities. But till the time there is no son in my house, I cannot let you go. So once the son came up, Kapila, Lord Kapila, and Lord Kapila told to mother, all your queries I will tell you. And then Kardamuni said, as we discussed in the marriage, that once you will get one son, I will go to the jungle for my tapasya. So Kardamuni left, and Devhuti Mata was crying, and ladies are very emotional. She was crying and she said, your father left me alone, and I could not understood what's the purpose of the life. Though he was a very exalted Vaishnava, he created a very good plane which used to move through the mind's space, mind's speed. Just you think the plane is rare, with many kundas, many servants, many maid servants, many queens, many palaces. Very beautiful plane was created by Kardamuni for Devhuti. But after all this, she said, I have many properties created by your father. He was a very austere person, but still, I am not satisfied. I want to ask you, what is the purpose of life? What is the journey of a soul? How the soul get into this life? So then in this chapter, Kapila Dev, Lord Kapila, there are 2 Kapilas. One is Kapil Muni and one is Kapil Dev. So Lord Kapil is a real God who gave the information, whereas Srila Prabhupada used to say one is Kapila Muni, who was a fake person who gave the wrong Sankhya philosophy, which is merging into the Brahman. So the soul never merges into the God, because in chapter 2 of Bhagvat Gita, Krishna says, the nature of a soul is insoluble agent. The soul never merges into anything. Like in water, if you put salt, it merges, dissolvable. But the mud is insoluble. Similarly, the nature of a soul in chapter 2, aklegya atma. The atma, aklegya soul, can never merge into anything. Then how people say after leaving this body, we'll go and merge into the God. We can never merge. So we are like the fishes. If you take some fish from a ocean, bring it, put it into an aquarium, and after you feel bored of the fish, you think I should like throw it back into the river or the ocean. Now, if this fish is thrown back into the ocean, does the fish merges to the water? Fish maintain its identity. Similarly, we came from the spiritual world, taken to this material world as an aquarium. We tried to enjoy with the small plants and some baits, but we could not. The kind of nature in the real water, aquarium can never provide you. Aquarium can never provide you. Similarly, the kind of relishment we had in the spiritual world, this material world can never provide that relishment. So when we go back to the natural environment of the spiritual world, because we are spiritual beings, spiritual soul, we will never merge. We will maintain our original identity, which is Jivere Sarupoe Nityere Krishna Das. We are the eternal servant of Shishigor Nitaya, Shri Radha Krishna. So if we understood in this lifetime, then it's good. Otherwise, we have to come again and again in the cycle of birth and death. So Lord Kapila is mentioning in this first verse, we all can chant together. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Karmana Deva Netrena Jantur Deho Papataye Striya Pravishta Udaram Punso Reta Kanashre. One more time all together. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Karmana Devanetrena Jantur Deho Papate Striya Pravishta Udaram Punso Retaha Kanashre. So Lord Kapila is saying, Karmana, by the result of the work we are doing right now, what we have done in our past lives, the karmas, which is called as Sanchit Karma, the accumulated karmas, actions. Like we accumulate wealth and we save it in the bank. Similarly, whatever actions we are doing, it's all been registered by a CCTV camera. Krishna has put a CCTV camera in everybody's heart in the form of a super soul. And when the body leaves, the soul leaves the body, Lord Krishna in the form of a super soul, Shirodakshai Vishnu, he guides the soul towards the back to Godhead or into the different species. Even if we become pig or a dog or a worm in the stool, still God will accompany us in each and every living entity. Even if we become trees, God is there. God is available to guide us. So, karmanaha, devanetrenaha. Devanetren means these are the divine eyes of the God under the supervision of the Lord. He is looking into each and every action. And for every action, Newton's law says every action has equal and opposite reactions. So whatever miseries you're facing in your life right now is not because of somebody is doing wrong to you. It's because of you are the only cause of your miseries. You are the only cause of your miseries. We do actions, and sometimes the actions are delayed actions, and sometimes actions are just an immediate actions results. If I pick somebody's money from the pocket immediately and the person caught me, what will be the reaction? If I'm picking pocket from somebody's pocket some money and he caught me, what is the reaction? Immediate. Huh? He will beat me. Oh, you are thief. You are running. You're taking away my all money from here. So he will immediately kill. But sometimes we see somebody kills someone and runs away, change the costumes, put a dramatic face, beard, and mustaches, and rush away to different country. Can he run away? But the police of the different countries all together, they will catch the person. And then he will be in a court, he will be hanged till death. But it will take many years because of the court cases. So the reaction will come in both the cases, but in some case immediate, and in some it's delayed. So sometimes we take the reactions in this life only. Sometimes we take the reactions in this life only. And sometimes we passes away and the reaction carry forwards into the next life. But for every action, we will get 100% reaction. We cannot run away by doing some sin here and we can run away. No problem. It will never happen. We have to go through miseries or the happiness for each good or the bad reaction there. Like in mathematics, we do 10 good karmas and 3 bad karmas. So we think now we will get a result of 7 good karmas because out of the 10 good karmas, the 3 are been nullified. But in the spiritual mathematics, there is no nullification of your karmas. If you have done 10 bad or 10 good and 3 bad, you will get a reaction, 3 bad reactions and 10 good reactions. And that's why in this life, sometimes we feel happy and sometimes we feel misery because we have done good and bad both. Sometimes people are into the thought that if we kill someone like accidentally, if a cat or a dog or something is been done wrong to us, then they go to the astrologers or to the brahmanas, please give me what is the penance for this wrong deed I have done, what is the prashchit, what is the penance. Then the person said, you can make a golden cat and can give donation to the temple. So giving a golden cat can remove the karma of killing a cat. Can it? It is just man-made concocted penances. We can never be removed from such things. Only the holy name has the power to make us free from all the sins we have done in our last life. Only the holy name. So Jantur Deho Papataye, the living entity is called as Jantu. And for obtaining a body, the Jantu enters into the womb of a mother. So the living entity, when do some wrong deeds, go to the Narkaloka or Swargaloka. After getting a training in the Swarg and Narka, falls down into the clouds. And from the clouds, falls down into the grain fields, farms. And when a male member eat those grains, that grain converts into the semen. And when the person marries to a woman, that semen is transplanted into the womb of a woman. And on the womb of a woman, she provides the nourishment, and then the baby grows into the womb of the woman. This is how the soul reaches into the womb of a woman. And that's why it's written, Striya Pravesha Udaram. Udaram does not mean only the stomach, it's like uterus. So the soul, we all have, sometimes the sannyasis or the brahmacharis, all have been through this journey. No soul can say that I have never been to this journey. Everyone has traveled to this journey. Striya Praveshyate Udaram. Everyone has a mother. Pumso Retaha Karnashrahe. And a man of a semen, a particle dwelling in the semen, having many souls. And then when it is entered into the woman's womb, the woman has a nourishment, a cord connected called umbilical cord. And through the umbilical cord, whatever the woman eats, the Jantu, the Jiva, gets all the nourishments. So this is how this is being told by Lord Kapila, that how people get into this life. Now the Lord Kapila is explaining that how we develop slowly and gradually. Sometimes people have a habit of, in Western countries and now in India also, they think, even the medical science think, the life comes after the some pregnancy of 2 months or 7 weeks or 8 weeks. Different people have different prospects. But without the life, the embryo cannot grow even a single day. It means the life is entered by the father into the womb of the mother. The life is there. You can't say that we can abort the child because the life comes after 7 or 8 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. You can't say like this because the life is there, even on the single day. On the day of union, the life transplanted from the father's side to the mother's womb. On the first night, the sperm mixed with the ovum, and on the 5th night, the mixture ferments into the bubble form. Even in the 5 days of the union, the Jiva, we all have taken a bubble form, a small, like a groundnut or a bubble. And on the 10th day, it develops into the plum shape, a plum fruit, a plum shape, and gradually turns into the lump of a flesh or an egg form. And in the course of a month, in 1 month, the head is formed. And the end of the 2 months, the hands are formed. So the nourishment, whatever mother is taking, the child is getting the nourishment, and the Jiva is getting the body now. It means what kind of Jiva entered into the mother's womb? It was soul, Sachidanand Atma, having the 2 hands, 2 legs, a nose, a mouth, 2 ears, head, everything. Do not think the body is like this and soul is Nirakar, formless. What comes first, the hand or the gloves? What comes first, the hand or the gloves? Hand. And according to the hand size, we create gloves. So what comes in the womb first, the soul or the body? So the soul size, the body is formed with the 2 hands, a mouth, ears, eyes, head, feet. Soul is also having all the characteristics. But the soul is very, very small. The 10,000 part of the tip of the hair. That's the problem. But overall, external body is big, created by the mother. And this is how the feet and the other limbs take shape. By the end of the 3 months, the nails, the fingers, the toes, the body hairs, these which we feel the goosebumps. So these all body hairs, the bones, and the skin appears, and the organs generation, a male or a female. And slowly the eyes, nostrils, ears, mouth, and all the body parts being constructed by Brahma, giving slowly nourishment in the womb's mother, and the mother creates the external body, but the internal body, the soul, created by Krishna. Mameva anshaha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. All the entire living entities are my part and parcel. So this is how within the 4 months of the conception, the 7 essential ingredients came into the body. Namely, we are made of the 7 layers in the body. What is blood, flesh, fat, bone marrow, semens, chyle, and this is how we came into the existence. End of the 5 months, the hunger and the thirst starts, and the woman start feeling that child in the womb is very happy. He's not happy, he's hungry. And he kicks, I need food, I need food. And mother says, oh, he's kicking. That's good. It's growing. My son is coming. Oh, one more guest is coming. One family members, they start purchasing teddy bears and this and that. We're very happy. But the soul inside suffering, can you imagine? Can you imagine if these corn-perth people give you a black dustbin polybag and wrap all around your body? And there are few pipes inserted. From one pipe, the stool is coming and passing by. And from other pipe, the urine is coming and passing by. From third pipe, the puri sabji is also coming. Can you eat at that time? Can you stay? And you cannot go for a walk in a Hyde Park. You cannot travel to the city. You cannot drive car. You cannot enjoy television. You are bound in a dark black poly bag with few pipes inserted. 2 are for urine and stool, other for the nourishment. And this is how we all have stayed into the Jataragani from the uterus, inside in a black poly bag, dark well, and many pipes. One is going for stool of a mother, one for a urine of a mother, and whatever she eats is a food. We all have nourished this skin and nails, ears, this like that. And this is how we all takes this body, deriving its nutrition from the food drink taken by the mother. The fetus grows and remains in the abominable residence of stool and urine. And the worms inside, they say, oh, we got a flash. And the worms bites. And that's why when the baby is born, is reddish in color, because it has been many times like cut by the worms. Worms have insected. So that's why he starts crying inside. Oh, what is the condition? Mother eats bitter food, pungent food, and the baby has to suffer through all this. And that's why she feel like I want more spicy, because I'm a family way. She need more spice. And whatever spice she eats, the baby has to suffer all the spiciness. And the baby cries inside. With placed within the, this is a cover called ammonium cover, outside by the intestines. Like this intestine, male also have intestine, but female have uterus inside the intestine. And then in the intestine, the child remains lying on the one side of the abdomen, either on the right or on the left. So Srila Prabhupada has written a commentary that you can tell by looking at the womb on the 6 months and ask the Mataji, where are you feeling the weight, right or left? If on the right is a boy, if on the girl, left side is a girl. You can identify without any ultrasound. You can discriminate a boy or girl who is coming. On the weight, such a science, our science in Bhagavatam is more detailed than the gynecologic journal. This was, I was discussing with one doctor, lady doctor, she's a MD gynecologist. So she was saying the medical science is very advanced. I said, can you tell, looking at someone, that she is going to deliver a boy or a girl? She said, no, we can't discriminate the sex. It is against the laws. I said, but you people come to know? Yeah, we come to know. And how? By ultrasound. I said, we don't need ultrasound. We have Harinam sounds. The sound of the holy name, that's sufficient to identify a male is coming, a female. And you will not believe, in my case, I have 2 children. When my boy was about to deliver my wife, at that time we did not went for 9 months any ultrasounds. We never checked with the doctor. We believed on Krishna, and by the mercy of Krishna, we got 2 boys, and both are being named by my Guru Maharaj, Gopala Krishna Gosai Maharaj, in a Krishna conscious way. And we from the very beginning have kept the name Das on both the names, so that they can always remember that the servant of Krishna, they are not Krishna. Sometimes we give the name of Krishna, you're Krishna or you're Rama, but we have to add the word Dasa also, so that child should not think himself as Krishna. And when he reaches to the age of 16, he start doing some Ras Leela. So we need to protect him. So by adding the name Dasa inside, in the name. So this is how the child neck arched like a bow. And we are not all of enough freedom, like we can chant holy name inside. We are arched like a bow. Bow is arched shape. So we are like this arched size and wrapped all. The child remains in the cage without any freedom of a movement. And if the child is fortunate, now is the important thing. If child is fortunate, we may be fortunate or we may be unfortunate because of the karma's reaction. If the child is fortunate, he can remember all the troubles of his past 100 births. 100 births. So there is LCD TV, like you have a big TV here in the temple hall. Narad Muni plays a big television than this. And they say, oh, child, you have been in 100 births. You have done so many sins. You were deer, you were lion, you were demon, you were this, you were Australian, you were American, you're Sri Lankan, Singaporean, Indian, you did this, you did this. And that's why again and again, you're coming in the cycle of birth and death. Look at what have you done. And this is how we all, if fortunate people, they remember 100, but at least we remember our past lives. And by the mercy of Narad Muni, we see everything like a direct relay, what we have done. And we feel so pity. Any possibility of the peace of mind, we ask to Narad Muni, to the God, because God is here in the mother's heart. We pray. This is more closer. The child is here and the God is here. It's more closer. So the child prays to the God, there is any possibility of getting peace in my life. So in this development of the consciousness from the 7th month after this completion, child is tossed and downward. He is upside down. The head is low and the legs are on top. He turns around like we sometimes go in hanging around some seesaw or some jhulas. It's been turned around. So the head is low and the legs are above. Like we are diving from sky into the material world, like a Superman. So we dive down, and during the embryo, the preceding delivery time comes, and the air, the panchavayu, pushes the baby outside world. And we think that we can stay inside because we are seeing God. Fortunate people see God. We are seeing our past lives. This is better place because we are in consciousness. What happens if we go out and we forget? So at that time, the living entity in the frightful condition of life, bound by the 7 layers of the blood, mucus, bones, marrows, and prays with the folded hands into the womb. Everybody, we all have prayed this prayer, which we are going to discuss, called as Jiva Stuti or Jantura Stuti. We all have done this prayer. But like the Jiva is frightful condition that I will forget later on, this happens with all of us. We have forgotten was the purpose of the human life. And we come and we forget. So the Jiva Stuti starts from text 12 of this chapter. We all can open the text 12, the human soul. Everybody. So before entering the Jiva Stuti, we'll go for some kirtan for 2 minutes. So all can be in consciousness. We are praying to the God. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham Chutam Keshavam Krishna Damodara Ram Nara Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodara Ram Narayan Janaki Vallabham. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham. कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। कौन कहता है भगवान खाते नहीं, कौन कहता है भगवान खाते नहीं, बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम। कौन कहता है भगवान सोते नहीं, कौन कहता है भगवान सोते नहीं। माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। कौन कहता है भगवान नाचते नहीं, कौन कहता है भगवान नाचते नहीं। तुम गोपियों के जैसे नचाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा हरि हरि बोल। हे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि हरि बोल। हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. So this is how we got the opportunity to pray to the Lord, and we did this prayer, the Jiva prayer, Jiva Stuti, starting from the verse number 12, and there are 10 shlokas done by us, everyone. So we'll discuss all this. You all can recite after me. Janturvacha तस्योपस्सनानाम् अवितुं जगत् इच्छता, नानातनुर्भुवि चलाचरणारविन्दम्। Soham brajame saranam hi akot bhayam me. Yene drashi gatir adras asto anarupa. We all have said, the human soul saying, I take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Charanara Vindam, who appears in his various eternal forms and walks on the surface of the world. I take shelter of him only. The word used only. Sometimes people take shelter of different gods, different demigods, or the different paths. There are many multiple paths available. But here, the god Chalanarvindam. Chalanarvindam means Charanarvindam, whose feet are the lotus feet. Charanarvindam. Arvinda means the lotus. Charan means the feet. Charan Arvindam. The lotus feet. Chal means walks. So whose feet walks? Only the two forms of God walks on the earth planet. They are Lord Ram and Lord Krishna. They walked. So Srila Prabhupada says that only the two gods, the Srila Krishna and the Rama, walked on the earth planet. So the Jiva is praying not to other any goddess Durga or Shiva or any Babaji or any Guruji. Jiva is only, I take shelter of him only. Means before coming into this world, we all have guaranteed Krishna that once we go out from this womb, we will take shelter of you only. But we see there are different people with a different attitude when they come into this material world. There are so many family members kidding, cuddling us, and we think they are our eternal parents. And they start saying, we are your mummy, we are your papa, mama, say papa. And we start thinking, oh, he is my real mama, he is my real papa. But actually, these are the Sanskrit words used by many parents. Mamaha means mamaha, mine, and papaha, sin. Because of my sin, I'm coming again into this material world. And that's realization comes when Mama Papa says, Mama, Papa. And Jiva is crying, oh, my Papa, my sin. That's why I'm coming again. And they're very feeling happy. Oh, he's laughing. Oh, Haribo. And Jiva is struggling a lot. We all have struggled. And when doctor comes after 1 month and says, we need to provide something. What? Vaccine? Again the sin, vaccine. After the vaccine is done, then doctor comes and says, this needs to be prescribed. What is this? Medicine. Again the sin, so much of sin. What is in the medicine? It is nothing. It is just streptomycin. So everything is sin. Already we have done so many sins. That's why we are coming into this material world. And again, doctor, mama, papa, everybody is giving so much of sins. And we got engrossed. When we grow up little bit, we start thinking there are many ways to reach God. There are many ways. You just follow one and you will reach to the ultimate. Means you go and board any flight from the Perth airport, you will land up in Vrindavan Dham. Is it like if you have to go America, you have to board a different flight. You want to go Singapore, different flight. Japan, different flight. China, different flight. Rajanandan Prabhu was in China, different flight. If you take a different flight, you will reach a different place. But for you want to go Vrindavan, you have to take a flight for India, Delhi airport, taking a cab, going to Vrindavan Dham. So every path is not taking you to the ultimate. There are 4 ladders to be understood. For every jiva goes through 4 ladders before he reaches to the love of Godhead. What are those 4 steps? First is we go to the God because of the fear. Because of the fear. Lord Ram was standing on the shore of Rameshwaram And the Samudra Deva, the ocean god, was not giving the way to Lanka. So Lord Ram took out his arrow and bow and said, I will burn you into the ashes, O Samudra Deva, I'll dry you up. Then Samudra Dev came and said, Trahimam, do not dry up, otherwise the ocean animals will die. And you are Lord, you are very compassionate. You cannot kill all the animals. There are so many fishes, so many plants. So all the aquatic life is here. Then Lord Rama asked, why didn't you come up in the first way? He said, I was mesmerized by your beauty and I was looking at you, so I forget it's 3 days have gone. So Lakshmana, the brother of Lord Ram, said, Bhai bin hoye na preeti. Without the fear, the love cannot be achieved. So if you want somebody to love you, first you need to put on rules and regulations. That's why before we reach on the Raganuga Bhakti, Srila Prabhupada gave us a Vedi Bhakti. We follow the Vedi Bhakti rules and regulations, then we can have love for Krishna. If no rules and regulations and we start imitating some Babaji's path, then we'll fall into the prey of Maya. It's difficult. So that's the first part, is the fear. And that's why in India there are so many demigods. Every year one new come up. And when I go to some Sanatana Dharma temples, I found this deity was not in demand earlier. Now the demand is increasing. Who are they? They are Navgraha. They are Sai Baba. They are this Shani Maharaj. Every time a new demigod deity is coming up. People are pouring lots of oil on the head of Shani Dev, Saturn, God Saturn, Shani, just to get eradicating all the miseries of their lives. And after that oil is poured, they take out all the oil and they fry puris and then they distribute. The people think we have done our work by pouring the oil on the head of Shani Dev and now we are eating the prasadam. But they don't know somebody has given his karma in the form of oil on the deity, and that karma floated into the oil, and now in the form of puri, you are eating the karma of somebody you're taking back. So this is happening. If you go in a goddess Durga temple, they will say, put some coconut in the front of goddess Durga. Once you offer the coconut will go back into the same shop and somebody else is again selling the same coconut. And people are, because of fear, every time getting the same coconut. If you go to Haridwar or some Ganges, you will find people with the cows in their hands and they'll say, this cow will protect you from when you go to the Vaitarni, river Vaitarni, which is between the Judgment Day and the Narkaloka. There's a river called Vaitarni. This will help you out. If you donate cow, you will sit on the back of the cow and she will take you Vaitarni, crossing. And if you don't donate cow, then you have to hold the tail and you go through a Vaitarni river, which is full of mucus, blood, pus. And person in fear says, okay, how much to donate? Oh, 10,000. Oh, 10,000 rupee. Okay, take it. A same cow, last 5,000 people have crossed Vaitarni through that single cow. So without knowing what is happening in this entire world, so Jiva is perplexed, which way to go? Slowly, gradually, his consciousness grows further after seeing all this going on. He grows further. And then comes the path of desires. Path of desires. Every morning, people go to Hanuman temples and they put colors, saffron color on the deity of Hanuman, and they say, oh Hanuman, please bless me. And find the females are also putting some sindoor, some colors on the deity of Hanuman. And Hanuman is a brahmachari. And brahmachari is getting irritated because the Matajis are touching. But nobody knows. And they are saying, give me, bless me. Hanumanji said, first you bless me and go away. In Sundar Kand, Hanumanji is saying to Vibhishana, Prat lehi jo naam hamara, tae mile din badin tahara. If you take my name in the early hours of the morning, Hanuman, Hanuman said, I will get irritated. Because in the morning I am taking the name of Lord Ram, I am a devotee. I am a servant of my Lord Ram, I have to chant Hare Krishna. If in the early morning, Hema Krishna Prabhu is chanting Hare Krishna, and some devotee says, oh, you are my God, please Prabhu. Leave me, Prabhu, first. This is my time of chanting. You can't hold me. You can't hold me right now. I will fulfill your demands later after 10 o'clock. At least first my morning program should finish. People are behind Hanumanji. There is one temple nearby where I stay, which closes by 9 p.m. in the evening. But because Tuesday is considered to be the birthday of Hanumanji, Hanumanji do overtime till 12 a.m. in the night. Every Tuesday, 3 hours of extra time. Hanumanji is working hard, more than us. So this is desires. People have a lot of desires. Huh? So they do not know where to go, which way to go, what to pray, what not to pray. Then comes the part of a level, next level, it's a duty level. Shishi Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki. Then comes the path of a duty. First is fear, then is desires, then comes duty. People think that it's a duty, it's my duty, I have to go to the Lord. It's my duty. I come from a traditional families where my parents told me to go every morning temple. So they come to temple and they pour some water on the head of Lord Shiva. So once I was in a temple and one fellow from a pump getting a buckets of water and pouring on the Shivalinga, and the pujari was disturbed. He was saying, so much of water, it's like you will bring the flood over here. So much of water. He said, I'm sorry. It's my duty. Every day I pour a single glass of water. My father said, every day it's your duty. So as a duty, I come and pour single glass of water. So pujari asked, it's good. You offer only single glass water. Why are you offering so many buckets? He said, last 20 days I was suffering from typhoid. So I have to fulfill my duty of 20 days. It's pending 20 days glasses. So I'm pouring the buckets of water on Shivalinga. They think like it's a duty. I was in one temple. So when Mataji came and she was, without knowing who is the deity, who is the God, she was just pouring water on everybody's heads. She was not knowing maybe the deity or the demigod is dressed up in the morning in a good suit and waiting to bless everyone. And she came up and again make him bath with lot of water. So she was pouring everywhere. And on the area of Shivlinga, if you have seen, there are a lot of demigods. Ganapati is there, Kartike is there, Parvati is there, Gaura is there. Shivlinga is in the between. And people offer whatever way they can offer Lord Shiva, this guava, banana, apples, and those which are rotten and not usable in the home. So they offer everything. And they can't purchase like incense stand. They bring the incenses and just keep it in the banana. And this is the stand, eternal stand. And Pujari ji said, oh, so much of happening here. So he collected everything and kept below a tree. So that Mataji was pouring water, and she saw suddenly some incenses are burning here. And she said, oh, this might be also from God. Under a tree, some garbage is there. All the flowers, rotten fruits, and all the garbage is kept under a tree. So she asked me, who is this? I said, this? Yeah, she said, I poured water, paid obeisance. Who is the God? I said, he's garbage God. She said, oh, really? She's garbage Baba ki jai. So people think it's their duty. It's their duty. Huh? So once one pujari was kept in the service of Lord Lakshmi Narayan. So like it is a tradition, like if you go in India, there are Birla temples, the owners creates temples and they put some pujaris in the service of the temple. So in Lakshmi Narayan temple, one pujari was kept and he was serving very nicely. So the owner asked, the main person, the rich person asked to the pujari, are you negligent in your services, your duties? You close the curtains on time, you do darshans on time, or it's like whatever you want? He said, no, I am a strict follower. I cannot go 1 minute left, right. So that person said, that's good. Okay. So one day he thought I should go and check. So the 1 p.m. was their time to close the darshan. So this fellow, rich person, draped himself in a vesh of a king. So he went to that temple in a form of a king. He said, with the crown, mustaches, beard, sword, that rich person entered into the temple. Pujari said, "Oh, you are late. I'm going to close the altar right now." And he closed. He said, I could not have darshan. He said, it's 1 p.m. afternoon. Time is over. He said, okay, but if you can adjust for me, I'm coming from very far. I'm a king. Whatever. I am not going to. Then the king took out some golden coins from the pocket and said, now, can you open darshan? Pujari said, no. Then he took out one more gold coin from the other pocket. Now, he said, no. He said, okay, 2 more. 4 gold coins. He said, now I can adjust. And then he opened darshan. Now you can have Lakshmi Narayan darshan. The owner was surprised. Means he's a greedy person. If somebody provides money, he can give darshan. He can make the god awake again after went for a sleep darshan. So he went back, and then next day he asked, Swamiji, I come to know that yesterday you make somebody darshan. A king came for a darshan and you make the darshan after the time. He said, no. He said, if the time was over and you made the darshan. No. He gave you something. Then Pujari came to know this. He was the person who draped himself as a king, and then he says, oh, you're talking about that person. Yes. I gave the darshan. Actually, I'm very staunch follower. I never go left, right. But actually, Lakshmi ji herself came. Lakshmi ji herself came in the form of a coin and said, open the Narayan darshan. How can I deny Lakshmi ji for having darshan of Narayan? And the gold coin is Lakshmi. So he said, Lakshmi ji came in the form of coins. I made the darshan. Then he said, no, this is wrong. You should be very, very strict follower. Like Srila Prabhupada said in our temples, we should be very strict in timings, Mangalarti, Darshanartis, Kathas. So this is how people follow a path of fear, desires, duty, and later on the last stages, they reach to a level of the love of Godhead. So this is the shelter of Krishna, which everybody should take, which is the last step. And that's why Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pave Bhakti Lata Bij. So this seed of bhakti is not very easily achieved. It is why we have been into this level of fear, some desires, our duties. Even I believe in this life also, you have been gone through these stages. And now you reach to the stage of trying to love Krishna. That is the ultimate stage. So this is how the Jiva asked God. And then the next prayer, next to in the verse number 13, he said, we all will chant the 13th number. Yastavatra baddha iva karma bhir avratatma Bhutendri asayamam avalambay mayam Aste vishuddham avikara khanda bodham Ataptamana hirday vasitam namami. So Jiva says, I, the pure soul is pure, I, the pure soul, appearing now, bound by my activities, am lying in the womb of my mother. By the arrangement of Maya, I am again taking a birth. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him who is also here with me, because child is here and God is here in the heart of mother. So the child is saying to the God, by the arrangement of the God, I am here and you are also here. But I am affected by Maya and you are not affected by Maya. I change my body, but you never change. You are changeless. He is unlimited. He is perceived in the repentant heart. To him I offer my respectful obeisances. So the Jiva soul here it is written by the Jiva, he is perceived in the repentant heart. Repentant means if you do something wrong, you should repent. You should do prayashit. You should feel bad. You should feel guilty. I have done so much of wrong in my life. Repentant soul gets the mercy that he can see Krishna within the heart. Otherwise, if you're not repentant, if you keep on going and doing all mischievous activities and you do not think, that is not a good character. A good devotee, before doing, think a lot, and after done, again thinks, I'm done right or wrong. Hmm? So, this Lord who is Akhand Bodham, Avikaram, the Supreme Soul is always sitting apart from all contamination. So, we get contamination, but the God never get contaminations. So, never think God on your platform. He is not on your platform. You are the soul roaming around in the different bodies and different species, but the God also comes with us, but He is changeless, He is unlimited, He is not affected by Maya anytime. He is atapta hriday vasitam. He is residing in the heart. It is confirmed. There are some societies which tell when you meditate, the soul stays here in the center of your forehead, and people meditate, oh, meditating here. But here the Jiva is confirming, atapta maya hriday vasitam. You are staying. Vasitam means residing. Hriday in the region of the heart. And Krishna himself said in Bhagvat Gita, Hirday Desh Arjuna Tishtati. I am residing in the region of your heart. So once devotee was asking me, Prabhuji, if somebody goes through heart transplant surgery, so my God will go into others' heart. So I said, no, he is not inside the heart. God said, Hirday Deshe means the region of the heart. Means heart is here and he is residing in the region of the heart. Means if even the heart is transplanted, the God will remain here. Like we are having a car, a driver is there, and my car is not working properly. So I call a cab and I keep my car in the garage. So the driver changes the car. It does not mean the driver goes changed completely. So similarly, the heart is a car. If it is not working properly, heart is removed, a new heart is transplanted, and the God take over that position because he is residing into the heart region. He is not into the heart. He is not into the muscles. He is into the region of the heart. So Hirday Vasitam, Aptapmane Hirday Vasitam. He has been baffled, and therefore a soul should be repentant that I have done so many sins in my past life. If we talk about Bhishma Pitama was on the arrow bed for 56 days after the 18 days of the battle finished of Mahabharata. So Bhishma Pitama asked, though I have a boon of that I can have a desireful death, Iksha Mrityu, but still, why I have suffered so much? I want to know. And Krishna says, can you imagine in your past lives? He said, I am in a very painful situation. I cannot see, but can you tell me? Then Krishna says, I give you special eyes. Now you can see what you have done in your past lives. So there was one karma pending, which is now you are completing that karma. What happened that you are a king and you are going in a forest for hunting, and suddenly one snake jumped on you and you get frightened and your arrow goes in a different direction. So in fear, you hold that snake and thrown into some plant area where there were many thorns. So the number of thorns that snake pierced inside, that number of piercing is in your body right now. So Bhishma was like, this much I have done. Yes, you have done this. You have done this. So sometimes devotee thinks that I am chanting, so I do not have to suffer. You will have to suffer, but not in a big way. Like if it has been given in your karmic destiny that serpent will bite you, but instead of the serpent, God will give a reduction, discount, that some insect will bite you, but the biting poison will enter in your body today. And if suffering comes, it's the biggest gift of God. Because if suffering will not come, what will happen? Those suffering will remain pending, and we have to go in next life, and those sufferings we have to suffer again. Because if I have created action, then I have to bear the reaction. When we take birth, we bring two pots. One is a pious karma pot, and another is a sinful pot. So these two karmas we bring. So whatever problems we face, we spend the sinful karma pots. And whatever luxury we enjoy, we spend from the pious karma pots. So people maximum time try to enjoy the luxury more. So they spent more the pious karma pots. And the last stages of their life, when they cross 60, 70. So this pot is empty now. And the sinful pot, they did not spend. So last life, they have to go through a bedridden for 7 years, 10 years, ventilators, hospitals, because that pot also be empty before you die. Hmm? Sometimes people, devotees, they took austere life. They sleep on floor, they walk on roads, they do so much of services, so that whenever you are in a tough situation, voluntarily also, you're spending the sinful pots. And the pious pot is still there because you're not enjoying the opulence. When the age will end at the age of 60, 70, we see in the life of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada took so much of austerity, traveling all over India for printing Bhagavad Gita, tried n number of times. Wife sold the transcriptions of Bhagavad Gita. In such a situation, Prabhupada was never perplexed. He always thinking about Krishna. And what happened? The pious karma pot was still pending. And when his age grown to 69, he went to America. He was driving Mercedes, Rolls Royce. So because the pious karma pot was pending, and all the devotees said, we will honor you with this, we will honor you with this, we'll honor. But Prabhupada never enjoyed that also. Prabhupada said, I'm blessing you by sitting in your car. You are getting purified because I'm enjoying what you're offering me. It's not for me. So it's like that. What's the thought of Srila Prabhupada? So this is how this karma cycle works. Dhritarashtra and Gandhari also asked, what we have done in our past, Krishna, please tell us also. Why I was without eyes and Gandhari has to live a life with a blindfold, whole life. Then Krishna said, I give you divine eyes, you can look 100 years back, you go. Then Dhritarashtra saw that he was there in a jungle, in a forest, and he was hunting with an arrow, and suddenly one pigeon came and bite on his arm. He was like disturbed and he became irritated with this pigeon. He said, I will kill you. He followed, that pigeon was flying and he was following on a horse, and later on he reached to a tree where the pigeon has laid many eggs, and they were 100 in numbers. So he put a fire on one wood, and with that firewood he cupped the whole tree into the ashes, into the burning. All the eggs burnt, and the pigeon crying in tears and said, I curse you. One day when you will have 100 children, they will die immediately like you have killed my 100 eggs. So when this was told by Krishna, then Dhritarashtra asked, if I do some karma wrong in this life, it should be complete in the next life. If I have done something right now, even in this life or in the next life, why 100 births been taken for giving me this kind of a pain? Then Krishna said, to get one good boy, you need one lifetime. For a good child, you need a good child, good children, good progeny. You need good karmas. So in 100 births, first you developed so many good karmas so that you can have in one time 100 boys. And those who are very powerful, very shining, very chivalry, very tough, you have got 100 boys. But that karma, 100 births back you have done, it's following you since 100 births. And but every time it was not done because you never had 100 children together. But in this life you have 100 children together, that curse is coming and now all are born together. This is how the karma of destiny follows. In Padma Puran, there's a shloka comes that how the karma follows, like a calf of a cow. They have a good relation between a calf and a cow. When cow is in cow shed and you bring a calf from some other place and just leave the calf will find out who is my mother among the thousands of the cows. Have seen that? Similarly, karma, even you change a body from a camel to this, to that, but that karma calf will find who is my cow and come and drink nectar. Your blood, your mucus giving you miseries. Huh? That's the life actually. One has to go through. Then Gandhari asked, why me? Then Krishna says, I also provide you divine eyes. Just see in your past life. 100 years back, you were a good girl. 7, 8 year old, you were on the river bed, enjoying the riverside, poolside, and suddenly you saw a tortoise eggs were laid down on the shore, because tortoise is a habit that lays down the eggs and goes back into the river, and through the eyes that hatches the eggs. And in Bhagvat Gita, Srila Prabhupada gave an example that spiritual master is like a tortoise. He creates many acts, many students, many disciples all over the world. And through the eyes, Srila Prabhupada says, a spiritual master like a tortoise hatches all the acts, all the disciples, need not to come physically, but by the eyes of the spiritual master. Chakshudan dilayai janme janme Prabhu say. Divyan hriday prakashito. If you serve spiritual master, the divine knowledge will appear in your heart. You need not to go through much. Just serve your spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, dedicatedly, full time, whatever ways you can, and everything is successful. So you as a daughter, 7, 8 year old, king's daughter, you played with the tortoise eggs and they were 100 in numbers. And you were like throwing up. When they come down, they will break and you were clapping. Oh, nice. It's nice balls. Trying, flying, breaking, flying, breaking, flying, breaking. So by throwing, flying, breaking, you broke 100 eggs. And the destiny was looking one day, because you need to have a husband. Then only you can deliver 100 boys. So the destiny was waiting for Dhritarashtra and you to come together. So destiny was making a plan when these two souls, for both the karmas, for 100 boys to die, then they both come as an husband and wife. We think we are making partners by our choice, but actually the partners are chosen by the destiny. Destiny plans as per your prakriti, your nature. The soul is rotating, wandering. And for what? For enjoyment? No. For giving you miseries. For giving you miseries. It's written in the Shastras. It's a misery. Because if wife has taken some loan from husband, or husband has taken some loan from wife in past life, so wife will not work, husband has to work and has to fulfill the desires, like we are paying a loan to a bank. And if wife is working, husband is not working, she has taken a loan in the last life. So they are not the partners, actually they are the loan payers. And that's why before marriage, they are in very good terms. They talk on phone, they say happy Valentine Day, happy chocolate day, happy hug day, happy friendship day. But the moment they get married, they say rehne de, jaane de, पीछा छोड़ दे, मुक्त कर दे. So the day remains, but the days changes. So one person was having some babies and Mataji was complaining a lot. This is the time you come back home. This is the time. You're not good husband. You're not good. He said, I'm working out to earn so that you all can live happily. I'm working out. Then husband says, before marriage, you were Chandramukhi. Whenever I used to see your face, I feel very solace, very peaceful. Like a moonshine, you were very peaceful. You were Chandramukhi. The day we were married, you were like Surajmukhi. You are shining like you're burning me. And the day we have 2 children, you are like Jwalamukhi. Like you are, volcanic eruption is every day happening in my family. So this was very important to keep Krishna in the center of your home. Otherwise, we will burn by the volcanic eruptions happening at home. So it's good. So one day, this very philosopher you must be knowing. This philosopher's name was. He's a great philosopher. He was sitting with his friend in his home, and Mataji was not liking bringing friends at home. She was shouting continuously. She says, every time you bring some friends, I have to cook for you. Am I maid servant or your wife? You never give your time to me. Every time I'm cooking, hardly you give any time to me. I was start shouting. The friend said, is it right place for us to sit? I said, no. She is like sounding like a clouds, because clouds sometimes sounds lot, but rain sometimes. The rainfall is less. When the clouds are sounding lot, then rains does not happen. So बादल गरज रहे हैं. So बरस नहीं रहे हैं. So he said, it's okay. But when she was shouting a lot, then he said to his friend, let's go. We'll sit in a park and we'll discuss. So they both started moving. They were staying in the first floor, and both friends started moving from the downstairs. Mataji said, oh, it's too much. After so much of shouting, he, instead of sending the friend back, he also went with him into the park. He filled a bucket of water, and from the window, she poured the water on the head. Friend was surprised. What's this? Says, the clouds, those were sounding, now falling. बादल गरज रहे थे, अभी बरस रहे. So every home this happens. So that's why Jiva is into difficult position. And then Jiva continued. And because in the last many lives, we have gone through all these miseries. And that's why Jiva doing a Stuti, 14 number shloka. Ya pancha bhuta rachita rahi sharire channo yatendriya gunachedatmakoham tena vikunta mahimanam rasim tamenam vande param prakriti purushayo pumsam. I am separated from the Supreme Lord because of my being into the material body, which is made up of Pancha Bhuta, 5 elemental body, air, fire, ether. Therefore, my qualities and senses are being misused. Although I am essentially I am a spiritual being, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental to material nature and the living entities, because he is devoid of such material body, and because he is always glorious in spiritual qualities. I offer my obeisances to him. We are material, Jiva says, but God is spiritual. So whom shelter we should take? Who never die in this material world. People say that Krishna was also die in Gujarat. There is a place called Balka Tirth, where one hunter shot an arrow into the feet of Krishna, and Krishna also left the body. And some people have created a community ground also, where they say that Krishna's body was burnt here. So how could this happen? And some people have gone further. They say the heart of Krishna was thrown into the river, and from the river it floated and reached to Jagannath Puri Dham. And in Jagannath deities, that heart was transplanted, and that's why Jagannath is none other than Krishna, carrying the heart of Krishna. But this is all wrong details. This is not mentioned in Srimad Bhagvat. This is absolutely wrong notations, wrong perceptions, wrong videos coming in the social medias. People are just making videos without knowing what's the reality. Krishna is Sachitananda Vigraha. He is eternal, full of knowledge, and he is in full of bliss. So how can Sachidananda Vigraha can be shot? What to talk about Sachidananda Vigraha? What we talk about ourselves. If somebody pins some infectious, poisonous pin in our feet, can we die? We cannot die. Most what can happen, maximum what can happen, doctor will amputate our leg, feet. Amputation surgery will be done, that feet will be cut from our body part, and we can live our life. We will not die. Material person cannot die with some poisonous pin get inserted, pierced into the feet. And what to talk about Sachidananda Vigraha? This is just a pastime of Krishna. He is showing that, yes, because of the hunter like given a shot arrow in my feet, I am going back. This is a pastime for the people, those who are in illusion. And for them, he created Maya Javanitaha Deham. Maya Javanita. He created a Mayaful body, a body of illusion. Okay, you people can cry, but as a transcendental, I am going. If he can create unlimited material universes, can't he create one Maya body? He created one Maya body that you can cry, and I'm going back. For the Mayavadis, for the people, those who are in illusion, he created a Maya body, but with his transcendental body, he entered into Godhead as it is. So that is the reason. And what to talk about the heart? If God is Sachidanand, can you take out something from the Sachidanand? You cannot take out something. How the heart has been taken out? We can't take out something from the Sachidanand Vigraha. So, and if we accept that also, the heart is thrown into the river, which is Gujarat. Means if you talk about India map, that is the right side is called as Arabic Sea. And Arabian Sea is moving this way. And how come this is absolutely a wrong direction through the GPS also? The heart is floating from Gujarat to Chennai and then taking a U-turn and then again going back to the Bay of Bengal and entering into the ocean of Orissa and then going to Jagannath. Nothing can go wrong directions. Something from here can go here, but from here, how can it? And nobody is floating like you, just bowing and pushing. Nobody was there. Absolutely wrong informations floating in the entire world. God can never die. We can die, this material body, but as in soul, Sachidanand Vigraha, we can never die. Nainam chandanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka. If we cannot burn, and God, whose full form is full of soul only, Sachidanand Vigraha, how can he be burnt in Gujarat? How can he be shot with arrow? Nainam chandanti shastrani. Even the soul cannot be broken into pieces, cannot be burned into fire. How can Krishna, being the original super soul, be burnt and be shot by arrows? He cannot. So the philosophically is absolutely wrong informations. And that's why Jiva is taking a shelter unto those God who created us with the Panch Bhautik Deha so that we can serve Krishna. This body is given not for enjoyment, but for serving Krishna. So that how, if we don't have this body, how will chant Hare Krishna? And we can't chant. If we don't have a body, how will come to the Kalamunda temple? How will we serve on Janmashtami? If we don't have a body. So we need a body. If you don't have a car, you cannot come to temple. But the car is not meant only for going to office, but is meant for going to temple also. Similarly, this body is not only meant for sense gratification, but also for going to spiritual activities. And this is how the Jiva, continuing the prayers, and entered into the next shloka. And Jiva says in the 15 number shloka, Yanmaya yoro guna karma nibandhane asmin sansarike pathi charnastat abhismane. Nashta smriti punarayam pravinata lokam yukta kaya mahat anugraham atirena antarena. So the soul is again praying into the next verse of the Lord. Maya Uru Ganaha, arising from the great modes. The human soul further prays the living entity is put under the influence of material nature and continues a hard struggle for existence on the path of repeated birth and death. This conditioned life is due to his forgetfulness of the relationships with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, without the Lord's mercy, how can we again engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord? It's very, very important to know. Without the God's mercy, we cannot understand Krishna. Though we chant Hare Krishna, but every time when you chant Hare Krishna, you need to pray, Oh Krishna, please let me know who are you. Please let me know your supremacy. Please let me know. And when Krishna will bestow his blessings, that only we can understand. If somebody is not interested in Shastras, if somebody is not able to understand the supremacy of Krishna, it means Krishna have never shown mercy on that soul. Many shlokas I will recite where it has been mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, in Upanishads. So one shloka says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse number 11. Tesham evam anukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashyam atmana bhavasto jnanadipena bhasvataha. Tesham evam anukampartham. Anukampa means after so many souls trying to reach me, try to understand me, on a soul, when I see he's very, very, very surrendered, showing so many efforts, I become merciful on that soul and removes the ignorance from the material world. Nashyam Atma Bhavasto, and I will dissolve, destroy, sitting in the heart of that person, that you are not a body, you are a soul, and I will burn a lamp of knowledge. Gyan Deepena Bhashvataha. The knowledge will appear in the heart. Yes, I am not a body, I am attached to the soul. Only by Tesham Evam Anukampartham. If I am merciful on some, otherwise, maximum people come to temple and eat prasadam. That's good. But if Krishna is merciful, how to check you are understanding the supremacy of Krishna? If you're not understanding, you're thinking Krishna is one of the gods. Okay, Krishna is supreme. Okay, we know Krishna is supreme. But that kind of faith that Krishna is the ultimate protector, Krishna is ultimate provider, ultimate enjoyer, till the time you're not going to be in the Krishna Loka. Even sometimes when we are good preachers, we are preaching to many people, we start thinking, I know so much, so I am going to Krishna's Loka. In Katha Upanishad, Krishna says, Nayam Atmana Pravachena Nelabhyo Na Medhya Na Bahuna Shrutena Yamevesha Vranutu Tena Labhasya Tasesha Atmana Vitivarnatam. In this Upanishad says, Nayam Atmanaha Pravachanena Labhya. You will never realize that you are soul by speaking about Krishna, not only by speaking. Na medhya, not by doing lots of efforts. Na bahuna shrutena, when you hear lot many things, you will understand I am soul. No. Yamevesha vranatu tena labhasya. If I become merciful on someone, seeing he is doing efforts in chanting, efforts in hearing, efforts in reading shastras, I become merciful, then I make him realize that you are soul, not a body. So people who purchase books and think that I will know God by reading book, you cannot understand God. Only you need the mercy of Krishna in that form. So this is how he's saying that forgetfulness of the relationship. Therefore, without the Lord's mercy, how can we again engage in the transcendental loving service? We need the Lord's mercy, and that mercy comes through the devotees. Devotees are merciful. If they're merciful on you, then understand Krishna is merciful. He's sending devotees, those who can mercy on you, engaging you in the service of Krishna. In the 16th number shloka, then comes Jnanam yadetat adhatakatma sadevas Traikalikam sthirachare Traikalikam sthiracharvesha anuvritamsa Tam Jiva Karma Padvim Anuvartamanas Tapatrayopasmanyam Vayam Bhajema. No one other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is a localized Paramatma, the partial representation of the God. He is the complete God, but he is a partial representation as Shirodakshay Vishnu. So Vishnu is a partial representation of the original Krishna. He is present in three phases: the past, present, and future. The conditioned soul is engaged in different activities in the different direction. In order to get free from the threefold miseries of the conditioned life, We have to surrender unto Him. We have no other option available. Only option. If you want to be happy, you have to surrender to Krishna. You cannot say, I am giving a PDC check, a post-dated check of happiness. After 60 years of age, I will surrender. Right now, time to work a lot, earn a lot. A time will arrive when I will surrender at the age of 70 or 60. You can't give PDC for the happiness. You need to be happy right now. Surrender right now. Krishna never said you do not work. You work, but thinking about me. Mam anusmaranam yuddhacha Arjuna. You fight, but remembering me. So you can remember Krishna and do your work. Mataji, you can cook food. Prabhuji can go for work, but remembering all the time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in the 17th verse, the Jiva is saying, Deha Anya Deha Vivare Jataragani Sarga Vinmutra Kupaha Patito Brasa Tapta Deha Ikchinnito Vivasitum Gananya Swamasan Nirvasyate Kripana Dhira Bhagavan Kadano. Oh God, I am fallen into the pool of blood, stool and urine within the abdomen of this mother. His own body is scorched by the mother's gastric fire. There's a fire inside called as Jataragani, which every day burns at 9 a.m. and the female feels hunger. Even the Prabhujis also have the Jataragani. But we are talking about Mataji because Jiva is in the womb of Mataji. She has a special characteristics of giving birth. So Jataragani, this Shishu, this Jiva is burning into that fire of hunger. And the Mataji is hungry and Shishu, this womb is also, embryo is also feeling hungry. The embodied soul, anxious to get out. Oh, what more? Now I'm burning also. And he's counting months. How many? One more month. It's the 7th month, 8, 9. And he have a calendar cutting every day. 30, 29, 28. Every day counting. When I will go out. Oh my Lord, why shall I, wretched soul, be released from this confinement? When I will be released from this prison house? And the kupam, this well is called as Vina Mutra Kupam. Mutra Kupam, the well of urine. Vina Mutra Kupam Patito Bhrastapta Deha, and this Deha Stapta is burning. Ikchinito, I have a desire that I should go out. When you will fulfill my desire, O Krishna? So this is how the Jiva is praying. And then in the 18th verse, Jiva says, Yena dasim gatimaso dasamasya isha Sangrahita Purudayena Bhavadrashen Swaneva Tushyatu Kratena Sadinanatha Konam Tat Prati Vinjalim Asakurya. Oh my dear Lord, thus samase, 10 months, sometime 9th month or sometime 10 months. So the healthy baby is discussed, comes in 10th month. Sometimes they're prematures, they comes in 6 months, 7 months. That is also karma. That's also karma. I know one family, when my child was my wife was in hospital delivering baby. On the next room, there was also one Mataji delivering a boy. And that was a 6 months delivery. 6 months, premature baby. And the baby was kept in an incubator and he was not respirating properly. The heart was not working. So the new cardiologist was there giving injections and they invested Indian rupee 32 lakh rupees on that baby to bring to the 9th month level. And we spend nothing. It was a government hospital. So we spend nothing. We just spend few pennies, thousands of rupees, and bring the boy. So the two boys plays together. We stays together in the same park area. Because one is a 32 lakh rupees child, and mine is few thousand rupees child. So sometimes my son fights with that boy. I said, be aware. He's 32 lakh costly. He's a costly one. He's a costly child. So this is karma. So how this karma? So this is also important to know. Mhm. There were two friends. They used to stay in a village, and both the friends planned to organize a business in some city. So both the friends said, one said, I am very poor, I don't have money. Other one said, I have lot of properties, I will sell my property, we will have money, and we both will set up a business, and we will be the 50-50% partners. So other one, okay, he said, you have memory, brain, I have money. So money and brain together will achieve the whole world. So yes, and they started a business. After 2 years, they earned a lot of money, and then they plan that we will go back to our village and share the happiness with our parents. They both were traveling in a train. So the amount of profit they earned was 20 lakh rupees. So they were going back to the village, and when they were going back, the other person who invested money, he became greedy, and he thought, if I gave 10 lakh rupees to this fellow, he has not invested single rupee. He can get 1 lakh or 2 lakh, but he should not take 10 lakh rupees. So I should do something. So he called his friend and said, look, our village is nearby. We are reaching our village. Hey, look. Other fellow was very happy. Yes, we are reaching our village. Where is our village? That's my home. That's my home. Suddenly he pushed him on the running train, and he fall down. Then he pulled the chain of a train. Said, stop. My friend fall down accidentally. So they said, oh, what can happen? Accident can happen to anyone. So burnt, cremation done, taken the ashes, and went to his family. Said, he was my good friend. He set up my business. Now my business on auto mode, earning a lot of money. But suddenly accident happened, and he died. But I am very honest. We earn 2 lakh rupees. So I'm giving his partnership 1 lakh rupees to you. Parents said, very nice. We have never seen such an honest person, that you are giving 1 lakh rupees and the ashes of the boy. They were crying in tears, very sad. They accepted 1 lakh rupees. But 9 lakh rupees, he cheated. Then he again went back to city, married to the woman, delivered a boy. They were happy family, going good. Everything was nice. The boy, from the very beginning, was suffering with some diseases. So the parents were struggling hard. Why he is diseased from the very beginning? So years by years passing by, he started speaking. And when he reached the age of 5, when he could deliver his message exactly, already 9 lakh rupees invested on his treatments. So one day, the father was crying in front of the son, oh my son, what bad karma I have done, that from the day you are born, I am in misery. You are suffering a lot. You are suffering on a body level. I'm suffering on a mental level and a financial level. I'm suffering a lot. And boy said, do not worry, my father. Soon your miseries will end now. Said, how can you say this? Because I have taken my part of the profits. Said, what do you mean by this? You don't remember me? I'm your that friend. You cheated my 9 lakh rupees. I came in the form of your son to take back my 9 lakh rupees. So the karmas, devanetrena, devtas put their eyes on each and every actions we do. So that need to be returned back. So this is how the soul is expressing the gratitude that, oh, I'm so thankful. This 10 months have gone, and now the causeless mercy, my consciousness awakened that I could see you, I could realize you, and I could pray to you. And that's why Kapila is saying it is the fortunate ones. Fortunate ones pray. Otherwise, in the mode of material nature, we come, we die, we come again, we die. We become MTech engineers, lawyers, advocates, businessmen, lot of money, and die. Nothing, taking not even a single penny, not even a single degree. Again, take birth, again learn A for apple, B for boy, C for cat, D for dog. So this is what is the life is. Whatever best you can do, we should do to understand Krishna consciousness. And then Jiva says in the 19th number verse, Pashet ayam dhishanaya nanu sapta vriddhi. Sharire ke dashamarira pare swadeha. Yat sreshtaya samtamaham purusam puranam. Pashe bahir hriday sachetyam iva pratitam. He knows only the agreeable and disagreeable sense perception of that particular body. I have a body in which I can control my senses and can understand my destination. So you have given me a body of a human, not of an animal. In this, I can plan my destination. I have an option of choice. B alphabet is for the birth, and D alphabet is for the death. And from B and D, there is alphabet comes C. So birth, B, D for death. Between the birth and death, alphabet is C. C means the choice human can have where to lead our life, toward the spirituality or towards the materialism. We have the choice. In other species, if you become animal out of the 84 lakh species, only the 4 lakh are the humans. And where rarest the rarest humans reach to the level of consciousness where they want to become a devotee of the Lord. 0.0001% out of the millions and millions of the souls wandering all around in the entire universe. So this is how, with your grace, Jiva says, I am understanding. So Prabhupada is right in the Vedanta Sutra confirms this also. Janmadiyasya yataha. The absolute source is the original source. So in the Mangalacharan we have discussed yesterday, he is the Abhigya Swarata. He is the one who is like the top. So we have to surrender to the topmost. We should not think I have surrendered to my wife in this life, then my mother in next life, to the God in next life, demigod in next life, and the supreme God in the next life. You can't. Its time is passing by. Every night the clock with the tick, 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 every minute is going, passing by. We are celebrating our birthdays, but actually we are going near by the death day. We have to count on numbers, like the Jiva is counting. Oh, I am 40-year-old. If I have to die at 100, only 60 remaining. Nowadays, people are dying at 70, 80, means 30 years more. Again, the birthday comes now 29. Again, the birthday is 28. Again, the birthday 27 remaining. We should think like this. People are celebrating. Tum jiyo hazaron saal, saal ke din ho 50,000. Does anybody live for 50,000 or 1 lakh years? And it's good. One should not live. If you live, your skin will perish. The bones will come out. And you will think, what kind of blessing I have taken for living long? It's the worst blessing. We should pray till the time we are into this body. We should die immediately thinking about Krishna. We should not prolong this body for long. We should pray that till the time we are in this body, I should preach Krishna consciousness. I should spread Krishna consciousness the way you can. You can at least preach to one single person. It's not about very number of mass preaching and traveling. No, everybody can do that. With your office colleagues, your parents, your society, at least one person in life you can transform. And first, foremost, transform yourself. If you will not transform yourself, how will you transform others? So this is how Jiva is saying in this. Soham garbhayan, in the garbha, in the uterus, I am praying, Lord, that please understand my pathetic condition. I am trying that I should not come into the cycle of birth and death again. This is my request to you. Please, in this lifetime, when I go and become human, I will engage in Krishna consciousness 24 hours. I will not waste a single minute. Then 21 verse. Then there is written, Tasmat aham vigat vikalpa udarshaya atmanam anshutam samsurhad atmaneva bhuyo yatha vyasanam etad anekarandhram मामे भविष्यात् उपासदति विष्णु पादः. So this Jiva is saying only it can happen if I keep the Vishnu Padaha, the lotus feet of Krishna in my mind all the time. If you can't keep Krishna's feet, remembrance in your mind, you cannot be saved from the repeated birth and death. And again, we have to come in the clutches of Maya. And then in the 22nd verse, this Kapila Bhagavan is finally this Jiva Stuti finished at the 21 verse. And Lord Kapila is giving the conclusion. Kapila uvacha evam krata matir garbhe dasamasaya stuvanam rishi Sadaha shiptaye avachinam prasutaye sutimurtaya marutah. Sutimarutah, the wind of the childbirth. So suddenly the prayer was going on, he was connecting with God, and suddenly the Lord Kapila said the 10th month is starting or ending, and the 9th month is over, and he has a desire to see Krishna more, discuss more, and suddenly the air comes on that time, and thus Masehe, and suddenly pushes him into this word prasutihi sutta marutaya. Prasuti means the delivery time arrives and the person is on the ground and he's not seeing Krishna anymore. Where I am? And he says, you know, when child born, he says kwa kwa kwa. Why this kwa kwa? This kwa kwa means in Sanskrit, where I am, where I am, where I am, where I am. I was seeing Krishna and suddenly I am in this material world. I do not want any relations. But suddenly Mama, Bua, Papa came and this is Bua ji, Auntie, Uncle, Chacha, Dadu, yeah, come from the material world. You are welcome in the pool of material world. We all will suffer together. Haribo. And Jiva is crying, No, you should not cry. You should not cry. We all will suffer together. We all will suffer. The parents, those who are really devotees, they understand the situation. And they pray to Lord, oh Lord, I do not want anything. Just Srimati Radharani, bestow blessings that this child should not suffer. He should become a devotee of Krishna. This is ultimate. In Canto 5, Chapter 5, verse number 18, is written, Matri na shishyat, pitro na shishyat, guru na shishyat, srajno na shishyat. A mother should not become a mother if you cannot make your child away from this cycle of birth and death. This is the responsibility of a mother to teach a child this life is not meant for enjoying. Okay, you can earn livelihood, you can live happily, but do not think it's a permanent settlement here. You have to go back. Krishna is waiting for you. Father should not become a father till the time he cannot teach his children what is your destination. Matri na shishyat, pitro na shishyat, swajano na shishyat. The relatives should not become relatives if they cannot guide about spirituality. And guru na shishyat, and guru should not become a guru till the time he cannot deliver all his disciples from the cycle of birth and death. He should not become a guru. There are many gurus, though those who are making people more and more bondage. They are just giving, not in ISKCON, but outside world. They are giving initiations. The moment you meet them, they will initiate you. I initiate you in more karmas. Lord, more karmas. Do and get engaged in more karmas. So Nakli Guru, Lalchi Chela, Dono narak mein thelam thela. So both this greedy guru and the greedy disciple, both will go to the hellish planets. Guruji khade bazaar mein, humse diksha leo. Guruji is asking, take initiation from me. I am ready to give you. Guruji khade bazaar mein, हमसे दीक्षा ले फिर नरक जाओ या स्वर्ग जाओ हमको भिक्षा दो. He is just want his bhiksha. He does not want relieve you from this material bondage. That's why we are so fortunate. We should surrender to Srila Prabhupada million of number of times obeisances. If he could not have come to the West and not given the literatures in such an easy commentaries, English languages or the multiple languages, we were like this Jiva entangled in the material world. And even now the knowledge has been given by Srila Prabhupada. And now even if we don't utilize it, what bad destiny more than this? What unfortunate more than this? Even getting this solution in our hands, Srimad Bhagavatam, having the Harinam in our hands, and we not utilizing it fully. Oh, we are most unfortunate ones. Gayi bhains pani mein. We are the unfortunate ones. So we should try. We should not lose a single minute without remembering Krishna's service. Then only our life is successful. So this was the knowledge about the womb given by son to the mother. Just imagine. Whereas in our days, the mothers do not talk or the parents do not talk such discussions with their children also. Here children is giving information to the mother. Thus imagine how important is this stuti. How important is this? So we all have taken this vow. Once we will out, we will chant Krishna's name, we will surrender, and that's why we keep crying. And later on, when we groan, we forget everything. So, devotees should understand this importance and do not waste their life. And that's why sometimes our acharyas have said in their bhajans, ki, ha ha Prabhu Nityananda, प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपावलोकेन करो आमी बर दुखी. So one material person was reading this bhajan and he says, your acharya is so much dukhi. If your acharya is also dukhi in stress, what kind of blessing they will give? But that is their actually humble position, and that's why they are crying. Daya karo Sitapati Advaita Gosai Tava kripa bole pai Shri Chaitanya Nitai. Ha Swarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Srinivas Haridasa Dayar Sagar. दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दास रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दास श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे. तुम बिना के दयालो जगत संसारे तुम बिना के दयालो जगत संसार पतित पावन हेतु तब अवतार. Now just understand, we are patita. We come from the womb and fallen onto the ground. Patita means something coming from top and fallen to the ground. And we are fallen from the womb. First we fall from the transcendental world to the womb of the mother. And now from the womb we have fallen to the ground of the material world. And Lord is not patita, he is patita pavana. If you feel you are very qualified, Lord will not mercy on you. If you think you are very opulent, Lord will not mercy on you. His name is patita pavan. His name is not dhanvan pavan. His name is not Gyani Pavan. His name is Patit Pavan. Every time feel we are Patita, we are fallen ones. Patita Pavana Hetu Tav Avatar. Patita Pavana Hetu Tav Avatar. Mosama Patita Prabhu Na Paibe Ara. Mosama Patita Prabhu Na Paibe Ara. Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Stuti. Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Stuti. कृपावलोकन करो আমি বড় দুঃখী कृपावलोकन करो আমি বড় দুঃখী श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम बिन के दयालु जगत संसारी तुम बिन के दयालु श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे You want to go back to Godhead or you want to stay here? You want to be Patita or you want to go back? If you are standing in front of Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada, you're standing in front of Patita Pavan Gaur Nitai, then we need some energy. We are ending this Katha, today's Katha, with Lord's bold Harinam for 1 minute. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo! Yeah! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Gauranga. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande.